Welcome back, guys, and today we are finally here with an actual live commentary. Full disclosure, I did play my round 5 of the Undercity Coliseum tournament, and I did lose pretty handily. I kind of messed up the recording though, and I did lose one of the games. It was a 2-0 destruction, to be honest. I don't think there was any point in either game where I particularly put up a fight. But yeah, it I accidentally have only recorded one game. I think we had to because I had to keep stopping my recording over and over again for the trying to get onto the play, and I think I must have messed it up because I've recorded I've recorded about 10 seconds before the game when we needed to restart, but I must have forgot to hit record again. But yeah, I did lose. It was to Mono Blue, and it wasn't particularly close. I got well and truly annihilated. It's a tough deck to play against Mono Blue, and I don't think Izzet Drakes is the way to go against it. You kind of need a very fast draw, but unfortunately I didn't. I had to mulligan, I think, and then you can't mulligan a decent hand and just hope that you just mulligan to like the best hand possible. I kind of had to keep two mediocre hands, and they just weren't good enough, really. Yeah, so unfortunately I forgot to record the second game, so I don't really want to upload like one match and just say, yeah, I lost the second one, see you later. So I decided, you know what, let's actually do a live commentary. I've actually got some free time at the very minute. The reason I haven't been doing live commentaries for the tournament games or in general recently is just I'm finding it very hard to be able to find time to play Arena while also, not there's other people in the house and stuff, and I don't really want screaming kids in the background, let's put it that way. So luckily I'm home alone at the minute, so thought why not squeeze a game in and why not play some good old green black undergrowth slash graveyard slash that kind of thing. But this is the deck. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's a green black mid-range deck with some self miller with the Glowspore Sounds, and with stuff like Jade Light Ranger and Merfolk Branch Walker, you can just bin stuff into your graveyard, which helps fuel out stuff like Molder Hulk and Zoni to be pretty powerful. That's generally the idea of the deck. Generally the synergy is you have Molder Hulk plus Memorial to Folly, and that's a great combination. You can use either of them to get the other one back, and then unless your opponent's put an Exile removal, they really can't. They really struggle to keep up with that. And then apart from that, it's a pretty generic black-green shell with the Wild Growth Walker plus Explore package, so you don't lose to aggro. A couple Midnight Reapers to draw extra cards, and of course the removal being the Chupacabras. But yeah, this deck is I've had pretty good success with it. It's not blew me out of the park or anything, but I think it's because a lot of people are prepared for green black mid range. But anyway, let's jump into some magic here. Well, I'll try to, but there we go. Apparently the home button's broken. That's a new one for me. Okay, I guess I must have disconnected. Yep. Okay, and we're back. That was pretty. I'm not going to do any best of 3 shenanigans or any events. I'm kind of trying to stockpile up my gold for the next set, which is releasing very soon. I think in about a week's time. It's the other half of Ravnica. It's been so long since I've done live commentary. I really can't go into stuff like this state of Arena, but overall, apart from the 5th card problem, it's actually in a pretty good state right now. Speaking of not in a good state, this hand is pretty terrible. If this was a black source, I'd absolutely keep this hand, but, well, it isn't, so we mulligan. Well, this hand's pretty much the exact same. Okay, opponent decided they'd had enough. That was fun. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you later. Okay, I'll take that, because I was probably going to have to mulligan again there. Hey, opponent wants to give me a free win, I'll take that 250 gold any day of the week. But no, Arena's in a pretty good state right now. A lot of the bugs and stuff have been ironed out. It seems to be heading in the right direction. It's really just the 5th card problem with the pitiful 1%, 0.5% and 0.3% for 5th copies of card towards your vault. That is the real hindrance at the minute, but you know, they do say they have a solution in mind, and when they tried to implement part of that said solution, which was to to nuke the progress you got from the events. They tried to nerf the events pretty heavily, There was a huge community backlash and they rescinded them, but there will be some pushback. There's no way they're just gonna give us a solution to fifth card problem and then give us a solution to fifth card problem and just go, okay, yeah, there's no negative downsides. I fully expect something like that. I've actually got a couple choices here. This thing puts on the most pressure. This thing can help me dig into an answer better, most likely, and Assassin Trophy if they have the Curious Obsession, but I think they would have just went for it if they had Curious Obsession. I kind of like going Merfolk Branch Walker. See what we hit. Chupacabra. It's not very good versus the board, but I do think I have to keep it. Mono Blue is such a tough deck to play against, but you know, it's 4 mana sorcery speed though. I've already got one in hand. In fact, I'm going to bin it. I'm kind of looking for a find finality here. I think that's kind of my survive till turn 6 and hopefully get something going. But our opponent is putting on a big clock. 3 damage a turn, and they have the Tempest Chin here. Well, we've got the Chupacabra. Unfortunately, no second green, so I'm just going to play that Memorial and then Merfolk Trickster most likely here. I don't think I'm the beatdown. And if they've got a Merfolk Trickster and I play this and they get in for 2 extra damage. So I think I'm just going to pass. And then I probably should have played the Glowspawn first main to see if they counter it. Because now they can counter it and I could have gotten 3 damage. Yeah, that was a mistake. But I don't think this game's going to come down to damage anyway, so keep that 3 damage in mind, but I don't think it's going to cost me too much. I think if I'm going to win this game, I'm going to win it pretty comfortably. On with a huge board after stabilizing. I don't think I'm gonna race. Well, that worked out pretty well. They tap out here. Wow, they did. That's big game. So we just get to kill their thing here, and then attack for 3. Luckily, they didn't find the Curious Obsession. Otherwise, this wouldn't have been a game. But I mean, we have the Molder Hulk 7 mana. If they, I mean, they're not gonna kill my board here, but. We gotta play the Assassin's Trophy anyway. Wildgrowth Walker's nice if we can hit our second green. Because obviously Wildgrowth Walker is great versus Mono Blue because it gains your life and they can't really answer it. But I'm just gonna attack here. I don't think they've got the Trickster. It'd be funny if they had it now. Yeah. Yeah, I deserve that. Well, they're probably blocking here then, if they're flashing it in like this. Yep, I'll take that trade any day of the week. I was much more worried about them tapping down the Wildgrowth Walker, but okay, there's the Obsession. So we kind of have to hope they're out of counter spells, and we rip a green slows here. I don't think that's particularly likely though. Yeah. Okay, we ripped this. I think we just go for it. Could mold a Hulk, but I think that's a losing battle. Need to have to hope they don't have specific. Okay, they didn't. That's actually, we might actually have a game now. Watch that 3 damage come to play. Now that I've said, the chances of it coming to play is 0. Well, if they didn't have the counter here, they're not going to have it next turn unless they throw it. So I've got to keep that Jade Light Ranger on top. Second Trickster. Let's see what they tapped on. Okay, they're happy to trade off their Trickster for my creatures. If I was them, I'd probably be getting in the damage. But I mean, 12 to 12 could be 12 to 9 if I'd attacked. Oh, that damage is going to come in and bite me in the arse. I know it. When we have a second Jade Light here, they're going to draw 2 cards from the Curious Obsession plus the draw step. So if they don't hit a counter spell, then we might be in this game. Okay, it's gonna go for it first. Yep, they have the counter. So it's actually a tough choice here as well, because if I play this untapped, I go down to 5 and then I'm dead on board. So never mind, I can't play this untapped. I was gonna say if I was, even if I was on 6 life, I could have if I played this untapped, I could have then got a Jade Light Ranger back from my graveyard and played it next turn, or I could have tried to Assassin Trophy the Merfolk Herald, but that's not really an option, so we're just gonna enter tapped. That doesn't bode well for me that the priority is holding. If they have another Trickster here, I think we're just dead. Okay, yeah. Gonna play it out because I mean I'm not dead on board and I'd still have 2 finds in my deck. So you know. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So like if I rip exactly find here, or even another Jade Light Ranger, maybe I can get something going. But I mean the chances they have a counter spell are pretty high right now. If they don't, you know, I'll win. So okay. So 1, 2, 3. We can actually try and dig up a Jade Light Ranger. I think that's the play. Gains us 6 life. And I think it's better than just trying to Assassin Trophy into a dive down. At least this way I only lose to a counter spell rather than dive down. Please don't tap all my green. Okay, they didn't have the counter spell. Don't need you. Don't need you. I'm looking for exactly fine, so. And they don't seem to have a hard counter this turn anyway. Okay, so back up to 8. They could be on they could be on 4 life right now, which would be either of my creatures would be lethal. But it is coming back, but there is small margins versus mono blue. I mean, I'm never killing this Merfolk Herald because of the Siren Storm Taper, so Molder Hook only costs 2, so I can get back the Memorial. Unfortunately, it comes into play tapped, so I can't use it this turn. Am I just dead? I think I am, unfortunately. Unless they don't have an answer, but I know they have an answer, so. So they're down to 3. Now, Assassin's Trophy you. In hindsight, in this game, I could have Assassin's Trophy the Curious Obsession, which was probably the play about 30 turns ago, but I just realised it now, so you know. Props for trying, I guess. That's probably been the play a long time ago. Actually, I don't think I ever actually had the mana where they didn't have some sort of permission up. And are we just dead on board? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, dead. Close game though. Ironically, they would have had to. No, even then, because they would have just blocked with that Merfolk Herald. I don't know. Maybe I would have won that game for attack, but you know, all that glitters is emerald. We make mistakes, we learn from them, we rise back stronger. That is the Nighthawk way. It's a close game though. Mono blue. I'm not very good at playing against it, but I don't mind the games. A lot of people hit more than control, but this is the exact kind of hand we wanted versus mono blue. Wild Growth Walker, explore creature, find finality. Underground, which is kind of just a one-off fun of. I wanted to see what it's like, and some games it wins you the game, so it's all right. Obviously, it's not for the very aggressive matchups like this one. If our opponent's playing Healer's Hawk. But I mean, we get the Jade Light Ranger, we have the finality, so if we can survive till turn 6 and hit land drops along the way, then we should be alright. They tend to not have particularly good answers apart from Conclave Tribunal, so that's not going to come down for at least one more turn. There's Amara. Second wild growth. How greedy do I want to get here? Let's get greedy. We have the finality, so I don't mind getting a little bit behind on board here. Plus, this kind of prevents the Amara from attacking. While with the Jade Light, if I hit 2 lands, probably is attacking. I'll happy to trade off. We'll see what our opponent's up to here. Capital migration. Yep. I think they have the tribunal as well, so I'm happy I played out the second wild growth, so at least I'll get some value. See what our opponent does. Yeah, they have the tribunal. Gotta get out their hand eventually. We do have an assassin's trophy to blow it up if we ever get to that point of the game. I'm happy to just enter tapped. Jadelight Ranger. Find Broker is an interesting one. We actually have no graveyard at the minute, so I think that one goes in the bin. Chupacabra I'll keep on top though. Go up to 24. Don't think I'm attacking. It gives them an opportunity to just kill the Jadelight Ranger and then get the free attack with the Mara. Like I said, I think this finality is going to be how I win this game. So I'm happy to just stall it out. We also have the find if we ever get to that point where we just want to bring back some explode creatures or something. If that is somehow the right play. But at this point I think I'm just very happy going for the finality on turn 6 here if we hit lands. It's going to put you tapped. Don't want to play the Underground Lich. I kind of just want to get rid of this Amara. Kind of bait him into a removal of some sort here. Or a March of the Multitudes or something. See what he wants to do with his mana. So he can march for 1, 2, 3, 4 here. I think he can march for, which isn't too bad. And I'm glad to get it out of his hand really, because then the finality gets better. Yep. So he gets 5/1/1s here. So as long as he doesn't have Pride of the Conquerors, I think we're all right. And as long as we hit our 6th land relatively soon. But when we're on 24 life, I think we can. If he attacks all out here, he definitely has the spell. He doesn't attack all out, so he doesn't have it. I think he has another okay, he doesn't have another march. He might do actually, I don't know. We don't hit the land. He can march for 7, and I kinda, if he has another march, I kinda need to just get this land. And I don't think killing the Amara particularly does anything at this point, so I'm just gonna play the Lich. Just because on my doorstep next turn, it will hit me a land. And I mean, yeah, I lose a Jadelight Ranger now with the finality, but sacrifices need to be made here. I think I just win the game if I do resolve this. Finality. So he can hit me very hard here if he has the thing. But I mean, as soon as we hit the 6th land, I think we're all right here. My turn. Yeah, I'll take the land. Okay. Just gonna go for it. Yes, please. I'll put the counters on you. Sweet. That was a big boy. Yeah. Can't blame my opponent there. I think the game was over. I just needed to hit my 6th land. They needed to kill me before I did that, and they did that. So we win another game. We're now 2-1 because that first win does count. Just because they conceded before I even saw my hand, it counts, right? But no, I've been enjoying Arena. I don't play it like religiously, but I do enjoy a good game here. Generally, what happens is I'll build a new deck and I'll play an absolute shit ton, and then I'll get bored, and I'll stop playing that deck, and then I'll start grinding some just play for my dailies for a bit, get my wild cards up, and then build another deck. But I've been stockpiling. I'm pretty happy with my selection of decks at the minute. I recently built Mono Blue, and it's been super fun. That deck's a blast to play. People might not like playing against it, but it is really fun to play. Okay, I lost connection. And we're back. Apologies for that. It takes a while for me to reconnect, and I have to type in it comes with my email, my password and all that, so I just kind of paused the video. It saves me on sanity, plus you guys don't really want to see me meander about for a bit. I'm going to lead with the Glowspore Shaman. Kind of want to get stuff in my graveyard for a Zoni. And of course I hit 3 lands. I'll take the Memorial. I'm going to play it anyway, plus I need a 4th land for Vraska. And if I'm bidding 3 lands, it's not too likely that I flood out. Looks like we're playing Grixis Control. Not the best hand for Grixis Control, especially as it's going to shred Vraska from my hand here. But you know, if we draw into a Midnight Reaper or something, maybe we can get something going. I know we're not drawing into it this turn, but make our opponent have the sweeper. I mean, 3-power creatures are a threat. So we would have drawn 4 lands in a row after that Explore. So I'm pretty happy I did mill with Glowspore Shaman. Because we hit land, I put land on top, and then the Explore trigger put the land into my hand. So I think it was right. I like keeping the Memorial because if I, been a good creature, such as a Jade Light Ranger, could play around Syncopate, which I think I will do. Some people run Syncopate. If it's an Essence Scatter, yeah, I mean, taking 2 life versus control is probably not going to kill me if I do have to play this Undergrowth Tome tapped. So there's another land. Don't really want a Chupacabra. You could have you could have Bolus that would punish me for binning this Chupacabra, but I don't think he does, so therefore I'm not going to. And if he does play the Bolus, at least I thought about it before I bin that Chupacabra. Yep, Wilmot Craven. So I mean, he is killing my creatures, so maybe this is only he'll do something on turn 6. If he has the sweeper here or something. Well, another Memorial. Just gonna play this one tapped. Then it's actually a tough choice because I could Memorial on end step to like get back a Chupacabra or something, or like a Glowspore Shaman. But if I do that, then I'm waiting another turn on a Zoni, which might not be particularly good. But at the same time, a Zoni's only for 2 at the minute, so if I get the Glowspore Shaman back, at least it might get up to something decent. Okay, there's Bolus, so never mind, we're just getting the Chupacabra back. Don't really agree with that play if I'm my opponent. Yeah, because he knows I can do this. It's on board. And he's tapping out, so he's actually going down to a relatively low life total at this point. Oh, I really want to resolve that one, but I mean, you have to kill Bolus when Bolus appears. When his opponent starts backing it with counter spells, I'm just in deep trouble. But, you know, they're on 7 life now. They kind of need to answer this board, and if it's a sweeper, I'm very happy to untap with an Underrealm Lich or in a Zoni. That's a sweeper. They didn't have Essence Scatter last turn, so force them to have a second sweeper, I think is the right play. Could have Syncopate. This is what I get blown out by if it's exactly Syncopate. Okay, Disdainful Stroke. Okay, I would have gotten either one of them creatures there. 5 life. If he has second Bolus here, I'll be very upset. Or a Disinformation Campaign, or a Thought Eraser. Okay, he doesn't. 3 life. So close. I'm gonna have to play it, aren't I? I could just... the chances of him having a counterspell are so likely. But, I mean, I've got to go for it to keep him off a draw spell if he doesn't have a draw spell. Because, like, I mean, I could Memorial, but if he counters it, I'll just Memorial next turn, you know? I don't think Memorial now is better than just playing the threat in my hand rather than just getting a threat back. And if this thing untaps, I can start filtering through my deck to get my best cards. And it dodges Ritual Suit, it dodges Moment of Craving. It doesn't dodge Vassal Contempt. But opponent's thinking about it. Come on, we can do this. Resolve. Yes, it resolves. Okay. If he has Vassal Contempt, though, I imagine he might have used it a couple turns ago on this Chupacabra. I'm going to play this land out in case he has another discard spell. Yeah, he has a removal spell, Vassal Contempt most likely. I'm surprised he didn't use it a turn or 2 earlier on the Chupacabra, because it has gotten a lot of damage. We'll just get back a Zoni with the Memorial to Folly. And play that next turn. Yeah, we untap. down to one card in hand. It's Vraska Contempt. Yeah, you have to go there. Fortunately, all this exile is not good versus my thingy. I'm very tempted to just Memorial and get back a cheap creature so I can resolve it. But I mean, he's getting exactly one draw. So if he draws a counterspell, yeah, he gets me. But I like waiting on this Memorial. Okay, yes, we can. Yes! Okay, that was the power of Memorial right there. And yeah, we managed to take it down. Get some quests, even get to open a pack for you generous, kind folks. Let's open a pack, see what we get. Oh, I'm feeling, let's think of a random rare from guilds. I'm thinking this is going to be a Tajik. Oh, never mind, it's Vraska. I'll take that. I'll take that any day of the week. But yeah, that's my pack. As you can see, I've got not really a good wildcard stockpile because I bought mono blue, so that's kind of why. But I've got a lot of gold and I've got some gems, so yeah. When guilds come out, this won't be the end of Nighthawk, I promise you guys. And I'd like to say thank you guys for watching, and I will see you later.